This video will cover the steps you will take when flying a level turn in a simulated Cessna 172. By following this procedure, you'll know where to look for information to help you change heading while maintaining the same altitude. Let's walk through these steps and discuss each one. You will begin the procedure by setting your power to 2100 RPM on the tachometer. We'll use this setting because it's a low cruise speed. At lower power settings, the aircraft is easier to control, but it isn't so low that you'll have difficulty maintaining altitude. You will then establish the turn by rolling to a defined bank angle. The angle is often provided to you by your instructor, but you should expect the bank angles to be either 20 or 30 degrees. As you roll into your turn, you will observe and monitor your altimeter and vertical speed indicator. The most common mistake made while learning this procedure is to fixate on your heading or bank angle and then lose altitude while establishing your turn. So be sure to keep up your scan when starting the turn. As you approach the target heading, you will divide the bank angle you're using in half and use that to lead your rollout. If you're banking at 20 degrees, for example, you'll begin rolling wings level 10 degrees prior to reaching your target heading. And as you exit the maneuver, be sure to scan your vertical speed indicator and altimeter so you don't fixate on the directional gyro and attitude indicator. Losing or gaining altitude is also a common error when rolling wings level. Now let's look at each of the stages of this maneuver and what instruments you'll be using, starting with the entry to the turn. You will adjust your power using that tachometer in the bottom right, and then roll into the desired bank angle using the attitude indicator at the top of your instrument panel. And while rolling into your turn, you will scan the vertical speed indicator for any deviations in altitude. Remember that the vertical speed indicator is very sensitive, and it's a great opportunity to see the trend of your altitude. So what happens on the vertical speed indicator tends to show up on the altimeter next. So your scan is really going to focus here, right, on the bank angle, and over here on the vertical speed indicator to make sure that you're not deviating from the heading when you're starting to do this turn. So while you're in the turn, let's look for where to find critical information. You'll keep your attention on the attitude indicator in order to maintain your bank angle, and you'll scan the altimeter and vertical speed indicator to anticipate any deviations in altitude. The VSI is sensitive and will indicate a climb or descent prior to it showing up on the altimeter. And now you'll be scanning the directional gyro as well, keeping an eye out for the target heading and making sure you're ready to lead the rollout by one half of your bank angle. During your procedure, you'll be quickly scanning amongst these focus areas for your bank angle and the attitude indicator, for your altimeter and your vertical speed indicator to make sure you're not deviating from altitude, and looking at your directional gyro to anticipate when your target heading is coming up. As you exit the procedure, you'll want to ensure you roll out on your target heading and don't depart significantly from your target altitude. So you're going to roll wings level using the attitude indicator and directional gyro, and using the vertical speed indicator to anticipate any changes in altitude, and then use the altimeter to support and confirm your altitude. If you should climb or descend from your desired altitude, don't let that take your attention away from the directional gyro. You just need to keep up your scan, and often fixating on one error will distract you and create another. So during the exit of the turn, you will be quickly scanning amongst these focus areas. You'll be rolling wings level on the attitude indicator so that the pointer is at the top of the instrument. You'll be making sure that you maintain your heading, the target heading on the directional gyro, while you scan and glance at the altimeter and the vertical speed indicator to make sure that you're not departing your heading because of fixation.